Okay, Mercedes have bought me this is next year's 2025. So if you're watching this, it'll be 2025, and this is the 2025 GT63, but we're filming this in 2024. Mercedes have bought this for prep for the launch of this vehicle, and they gave us two. One's in this magnificent color. I don't know what the color is, Mary. We'll have to put it down the bottom somewhere. And another one is in a gunmetal gray. I don't know what that color is, and we'll put that down the bottom, and on screen we'll shuffle between both those vehicles. I think this is the color I prefer most. What do you reckon? You like this one?
I do.
This one has the carbon ceramic brakes, which the other one does. If I was lucky enough to buy one of these, I think I'd option it up this way. So the car is going to be prepped for an event which is in Adelaide. There's going to be two GTs, and they've also got another product off to the side, which is a G63, and we may or may not show you some footage of that particular. So we did 3 vehicles this week, prepped for that event, and I'll be travelling to Adelaide to touch the cars up once they arrive there. They do get trucked over there, and they do get a little bit dirty, and they do need to be spruced up once they're put into their final positions. I don't know, I think it's a press event. I think the press will be there, and they definitely will be under lights, so they have to look good. They came directly from the factory. This one's not complete. I'm about halfway through the process here. They've still got some of the transport materials. I'm actually going to leave those, the cover on the driver's seat and the protection on the floor so that the truck driver doesn't get the car dirty after he's received it from me and before it goes to the event. The majority of this job, as it would be for most detailers, so next year, 2025, when you're seeing this, if you purchase one of these vehicles, a detailer at a dealership will do what I've done to the vehicle, which is do things like remove them. The majority of the job was paintwork correction, and it was removing denibbing residual. That was the majority of the defects that were in the paint. So what happens is, just in case you're not aware what denibbing is a process. You have nibs or little bits of dirt and debris that are stuck in the clear. This is completely normal for aftermarket paint, normal for OE, for mass-produced vehicles. And on the production line, and we saw this when we were in Germany, we went quite a while ago to Stuttgart, had a look at cars on the production line. You could see the nibs, and you could see them being sanded out as the car was moving on the production line. They actually sand the little bits of dirt out and then attempt to recover the sanding marks, or correct the sanding marks, recover the finish by polishing those steps. And because they're doing that on a production line, sometimes they're unable to get that completely resolved and completely corrected. So the car is delivered, very normal. Every mass-produced car from every manufacturer will have these, and the detailer locally, just before the car is delivered to the customer, will correct, or should correct, those the denibbing residual. And you'll see on screen now there was a few that we corrected, and probably the worst one, or the most noticeable one, was right on the nose, on the top of the nose, right above the badge. You could even see, I've corrected it now, but you could see the polish stuck in the badge. So we've cleaned the polish out, done proper correction of the denibbing residual, and then refined it further. And this particular car, it's not that Mercedes had asked me to do it, but it's just that I decided it should go up to a little higher level than what you normally would have a car prepped at a dealer if it was your car. There's showroom finish, and then there's concours, and we're going to lift it up to a concours finish because it's going to be under lights, because it's the launch of the vehicle, because there'll probably be press there taking photos of it. So I think that it does have to look perfect. It's not there yet, but another 4 to 6 hours of paintwork correction mostly, and a little bit of cleaning, and it will. We'll also get footage of this once it's in its final position and it's all done and it's on show for launch in Adelaide, and then next year, 2025, when Mercedes allow, where they've asked, they usually have me sign NDAs, but that hasn't happened for a little while. They just asked me to keep my word and say, whatever images you have taken of this, if you just keep the fact that the vehicle is here and any images you capture, if you could keep them from, make sure they're not public until the launch. So if you're seeing this, it's already been launched, but we're going to take this, take some video and some images of this in Adelaide once it's ready, and we'll tack that onto the end of this video so you can see what the job looked like complete and sitting in the position it's meant for, why this process is being done. There are a few things that we install. This is how you'll have your floor mats and things like that. You'll have them arrive usually with the vehicle. Books, spare keys. I'm not going to install the floor mats. I've found from doing these kind of events, motor shows and things for the last 20 years, that it's best not to put floor mats and things like that in until the car's in its final position and you don't have people getting in and out of it constantly. I just noticed some holograms under the... You can see we've still got more work to do. There's some holograms under the rear diffuser when the boot lid's up. I also think this needs, I think it may have packers in the springs and a few other pre-delivery things that need to be done. So I think some mechanics will probably tend to it and do some things that the suspension felt, and it looks a little high and it felt like the packers are in the springs. I could be wrong. And I think the car's behaving in a way like it's in a transport mode. But that's it. I hope that's interesting. If you've got any questions about why we do what we do or what we find with new cars that haven't been pre-delivered yet, they haven't had the pre-delivery detail, haven't had the detail to have it ready for an owner, and you'd like to know a bit more about that, leave me a comment and I'll answer it. Otherwise, I hope it was enjoyable and entertaining.